세계 최대 규모 역대 최강 e스포츠 대회 북미, 유럽, 아시아 등 동서양 16개 팀이 참가하는 리그 오브 레전드 IPL5. 이제 전 세계의 게임 마니아들이 미국 라스베가스를 주목합니다. 치열한 예선과 본선을 거쳐 세계 최강의 명문팀이 도전하는 이번 리그 오브 레전드 IPL5는 우승 상금 5만 달러를 포함해 총 상금 10만 달러의 상금이 걸려 있습니다. 지금부터 시작되는 리그 오브 레전드 IPL5. 그리고 그 첫 시작인 한국 대표 선발전. 오직 한 팀만이 라스베가스 코스모폴리탄으로 갈 수 있습니다.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the IPL5 Korean Qualifiers for League of Legends. I am Tasteless, and with me is Andy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be down here. This is me losing my League of Legends casting virginity right now. If you're unfamiliar with me, I am the Starcraft host for the GSL Code S. So I'm not a League of Legends expert, but I am here with a League of Legends expert. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
This is actually my first time casting, and I have been playing this game for quite a while now. It's almost 2 years now that I've been playing this game. I am a fairly decent...
What's your ELO, actually?
My highest rating was actually 2,300, so I am familiar with this game. However, it is my first time casting, so bear with me.
No, you bear with me. There's going to be kind of a symbiotic relationship going on here. As I've played League of Legends. I'm not even level 30, so I'm going to be doing a lot more of the driving of the show, and you're going to be filling us in
Definitely.
on what exactly is going on, more in-depth stuff like that. So it's a real treat to be down here. I'm really excited. So greetings to the League of Legends community. I hope you're going to enjoy this. The Korean scene out here for League of Legends is huge.
Yeah, it is really big now. I think just last year there was no Korean server. And in the short time that the Korean server has opened, it has just blown up. And it is really, really big now.
I've heard now that actually 25% of Koreans play League of Legends.
Yes, that is true.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And I think that's in part because Riot is smart. What they did was they unlocked all the characters for if you're in a PC bong, a computer cafe, and basically, you can play any character. PC cafes are huge out here, and it's just taken over. Whenever I go into a Korean PC cafe, everybody is playing League of Legends. It's insane.
And actually, they have some extra bonuses such as an IP boost. So if you actually go to a PC bang and do play League of Legends there, you will actually get an IP bonus as well. So there are definitely great marketing schemes with Riot's plan.
And what's crazy about this is now this game has basically taken over the world. I mean, I am a Starcraft commentator, but I got to say, I never expected to have an esport that was going to be bigger than Starcraft.
Yeah.
It's really something that's quite amazing. So, it's cool to see some of these taken over. I think it's also in part because it's free to play. And it's got this whole system where you can either purchase the characters or you can earn them through the Riot points through grinding it out. So, how long have you actually been playing League of Legends?
Just about 2 years. Yeah,
2 years.
I started playing way back on the US server, just after open beta.
Okay, who do you normally main with?
My main champion currently is Ari. So
Ari, okay.
I am a mid lane player. I can play pretty much everything, but mostly I stick to mid.
Okay, totally. I actually play Graves.
Okay.
I suck, but I like Graves. He's a lot of fun. And again, by the way, did you see the World Series?
I did actually.
Wasn't that sick?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Jesus, that was insane.
Yeah, the games, were just.
It's funny because I honestly thought that the Koreans were going to take it, but the Taiwanese, they played very well.
They surprised the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they just took it home.
All right, we're going to go to the group decision VCR.
All right, here the teams are. Yeah. They're actually picking the orders and who their opponents are going to be in the group stage.
And there's a lot of strategy to this. Who do you want to face early on? Who do you ideally want to have shifted to your opponent? So with this selection, were you surprised by any of the picks here?
No, not really. These teams are all they're all good. They're all or not as experienced, but they're all experienced. They're all top rated. So no matter who they get placed with, I think there'll be tough matches all around.
Yeah, absolutely. League of Legends, a game that takes a lot of teamwork. We actually have a lot of the Starcraft the Brood War pros actually are now League of Legends coaches.
Oh yeah, actually
switched over.
Yeah, I heard about that.
In fact, Fruit Dealer from GSL, Codas, the first Starcraft 2 champion, League of Legends coach now. So
wow.
it's a really cool thing to see. People kind of shifting over, and it's also really exciting as well because when I came out to Korea 5 years ago. Actually, I was casting StarCraft 1, and StarCraft was so dominant. But it's nice to see that there are other games that are coming up in different genres. It's really great. So on to the schedule and what you should expect here. As you can see, for today, we're going to have 4 League of Legends matches. And then tomorrow, we're going to have another 3. On November 5th, we will be doing the finals. The rest of the matches, beyond that, are just going to be a best of 3. So it's going to be a pretty short little tournament. But, of course, this is our first time doing this here at the GSL. So, it's going to be a little bit bumpy. I think like any new show on TV, always a little bit bumpy. But expect great things from GOM in the future.
Okay, definitely.
So, do you have any favorites going into this?
I actually play with many of these players, so I have no particular favorites. However, looking as the Najin Sword and AZUBU Frost went to the World Championships, so I feel like these two teams will, be a little bit stronger.
And here is the actual makeup of those brackets, which is what you were mentioning there earlier. And, of course, this is only the left side of the bracket, so we'll show you the other side in just a second here. It's a smaller tournament, but it's a very elite one.
Yes, yes.
Like the Koreans might not have won the World Finals, but I would say per capita, there are more good Koreans than there are, let's say, good Americans or good Taiwanese players. So, it's a real treat to be casting players like this. A lot of these teams also shared with StarCraft teams. For instance, we see LGIM here.
Yeah. And this is actually the right side of the bracket.
Yep,
now.
this
the
is
other
bracket B over here.
Yes.
There are losers rounds here too. So
yeah, this is a double elimination tournament.
Exactly.
So even though you lose your first game, you are still in it and you can still win.
Yeah, so, some of our other tournaments we host here, a little bit more cutthroat, a little bit more unforgiving, but we want to give you guys a lot of League of Legends action. So please spread the word about what we're doing here at the GSL. And again, on to today's matchup here. Our first match that we're going to be casting is going to be AZUBU Blaze versus Najin Shield. Do you have any predictions for this?
Najin Shield versus AZUBU Blaze. I do believe AZUBU Blaze won the summer or spring championships, the Korean tournament that runs through, I believe, OGN.
Yeah.
Or one of the two. And AZUBU Blaze did come out on top on that one. I am not sure who will win because both of these teams have very, very strong players. Both teams have players that have proven themselves not only in solo queue but in tournaments, and both of these teams will, definitely bring it to the table.
One of the things I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong because you are the expert here, the Korean teams have, generally speaking, are regarded as having the best communication. Mm-hmm. Speaking of teams, let's take a look at AZUBU Blaze over here. All right, so as you can see here, we got players versus top, bottom AD, jungle, mid, and support. There have been rare moments where we see these guys change roles, but do you feel like there's an MVP on this team? Like there's somebody who's the best?
Captain Jack has actually has been pretty well known for his AD carry play. He has some a couple videos online, and he's been highly praised for his AD play. And that also has to do with the fact that the bot lane is actually a duo lane. So the bot AD and the support will be going bot, and without the support player, the AD carry wouldn't be able to shine. So, both players definitely have something.
And as you can see here, Najin Shield, we got Expression, Bang, Mokuza, Hoon, and Vinyl Cat. Am I even saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That font breaks my brain. Yeah. So, with this team, who do we want to look for? Is there an MVP?
Mokuza has actually been playing this game for quite a while as well, and he is really renowned for his jungle play. So look for his jungle ganks. He's very well known. He's a very good player. Just look for his ganks, and yeah, that's where we should be seeing the action.
All right, I'm super excited to get this match going. My first League of Legends cast. Actually, I guess it's your first League of Legends cast, too.
It is.
This is first time casting here as well. But again, thank God you're here.
Yeah,
it is such a treat.
I'm glad to be here.
And this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
I play League of Legends, but it's mostly like with just some friends at a PC cafe, or occasionally first thing I do when I wake up. So obviously now that I'm casting this, I'm going to be playing a lot more, so I can be as informed as possible. Yeah. So when you're going into a tournament, obviously they're going to be selecting, each character and not removing some. What do you want to be thinking about going into this? Are you analyzing their team and saying, okay, these are their strong points, we need to pick these characters, or are you really looking more at your own team and saying, all right, here's how we're playing now, here's what we're going to have to do, here's what we're going to have to select?
There are different strategies for the pick and ban phase. For banning, there are actually two main types of bans. The first type of ban being a targeted ban. So you would look at the enemy team, and you would say, this player plays this champion very well. We don't want to deal with that, so we're just going to ban him out and not let them have that option. The other type of ban is a generic ban, which is just banning a champion that either counters your team comp or just a champion that you don't want to deal with in general.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, here we go into the pick and ban phase.
And it looks like you're going to guide us through this. Who do you expect for them to pick first?
So on the left, we have AZUBU Blaze. And on the right, we have Najin Shield. The two first bans for each team are Irelia and Jace, respectively. So two top lane bans.
Okay.
So these two champions generally go to the top lane, and they're two very strong picks. So I guess both teams just don't want to deal with those two champions.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. And coming up here.
Yep, and that is a Nidalee ban, another top lane ban. And I'm guessing they are targeting Najin's top lane player, who is Expression. And I'm guessing he plays these Nidalee and Irelia to a point where, AZUBU does not want
They just want to eliminate that, get that out of the way.
Yep.
Now, how much of a threat is this then? So they've targeted those down or I should say ban those to eliminate this. Is it going to be hard for them to come up with a backup hero?
Not really. All these players, they generally have at least a 4 champion pool that they can play at a competitive level. But these players probably have even more.
Okay.
So even if the enemy team bans all 3 of their champions, they still have 1 more. So the final 3 bans are actually Evelynn, Maokai, and Sona. The Evelynn ban being towards the mid player, and the Maokai ban being towards the jungle, and the Sona towards the support. We might look at a early Nunu pick here because Najin has banned Sona. Oh no, we are going for a Katarina pick.
Okay, this is unexpected.
Very unexpected.
Yeah.
Katarina has had a remake fairly recently. She was remade and a very snowbally champion.
This is one of the things about League. Riot is patching and updating the game so quickly. You got to be on top of that. So, when stuff like this happens, got to be flexible for it.
And
moving on.
Najin has picked up, they have not locked in yet, but possibly a Malphite and Ezreal pick. We will see that. Oh, yep, they have locked in. So Najin will have Malphite and Ezreal. Ezreal will be going to the bot lane as the AD carry.
Okay.
And Malphite is an open pick, so Malphite can either go top or jungle, depending on what the team wants.
Okay. I love how much strategy is actually involved
in
this phase of the game. Because, you know, some people will say, well, League of Legends, it only has, you know, one map to use for tournament, you know, play and stuff like that. But really, it's the characters that make up how the game's going to be played out.
Definitely.
All right, looks like they're still waiting on their next pick. But we will see that soon.
So I'm guessing AZUBU might pick up Graves because Graves or Corki because that would be a very safe pick against Ezreal. Corki, yes, there's the Corki pick, and actually Diana pick.
Okay.
So they have switched to Kog'Maw actually. So it looks like Diana might be going jungle. Diana could be going top, but we're just not too sure. And Kog'Maw will be going to bot lane versus Ezreal.
All right, our next pick coming up soon here. Okay.
Yep. There's the Nocturne pick, so Malphite will be going top, and Nocturne will be in the jungle. And that looks like a Zyra support, but it could very well be a mid Zyra. Oh no!
No, switching.
Oh, no, doesn't lock in yet. So it's probably going to be a Lulu support with the Ezreal. And here,
and on to Team 1. Getting close to the end of this selection. Who would you go for right now?
I'm guessing AZUBU will pick up Nunu because Nunu Kog'Maw is a very strong pick, and Najin has banned Sona, which is Nunu's counter. So I'm guessing a Nunu pick, but I'm not sure yet. And I think AZUBU still needs to pick their top lane. I believe there's the Nunu pick. Oh no, Soraka.
Is you locked in?
Not yet.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, Soraka or Nunu? I think it would be safe to go Nunu. Yeah, there's the Nunu pick. And Rumble, yes. Yep, Rumble would be going top.
And this goes on to the final pick here. Yep. And once this is done, we're gonna have a better idea of how this match is gonna pan out.
Oh, and there I believe might be the Rise mid versus Katarina.
Now, with these the team makeup that we have right now, do you think anybody has an advantage here, or is this just going to boil down to playing a certain style?
Both these teams have quite strong picks. If Katarina can pick up a few kills early, then AZUBU might be able to snowball that into victory. And same with the Kog'Maw Nunu. Kog'Maw Nunu is a very strong late game comp. So AZUBU has a pretty balanced mid to late game composition. If they can get past early game, then they should be able to carry themselves to the mid and late game.
Okay.
For Najin, on the other hand, they have a pretty strong mid game. Their mid game is quite devastating, actually. With the Nocturne ganks coming in, plus the Malphite ult, with the Rise snare and the Lulu ulti, they have a pretty strong team that will, dominate mid game.
All right, so we got the makeup here now.
Yep. So here are the players and their respective champions.
As you can see, Dro, Rumble,
yep.
Ambition, Katrina, Captain Jack, going for Kog'Maw,
yep.
Lusty Boy, Nunu. Helios Diana. On the other side, we have Malphite Expression playing Malphite, Hoon playing Rise, Bank playing Ezreal. We have a Cat over here playing Lulu, and Makuza playing Nocturne.
Yep. And this should be a pretty fun game.
And remember, guys, in this tournament, only the team that comes out on top is going to go to the Las Vegas Finals.
Only one team. So
a lot on the line here. The Koreans, they got a lot of pride when it comes to them in esports. So these guys really want to get down there and represent the international scene. League of Legends is growing quickly, but there aren't as many tournaments yet. There's a lot, don't get me wrong, but compared to some other games, not there yet. So when you have less tournaments, you want it even more.
Yeah.
You really want to get in there and prove it. And of course, there's nothing better than representing your country as a Korean on the international scene. Do you have anybody who you would prefer to see get out of this group?
Out of Group A, let's see. I've always been a fan of Storm. Storm actually surprised me in the spring championship.
Yeah.
So, I've always had some interest in them. LGIM I am not too familiar with. I believe LG might have. Yes, Mid King is actually on LGIM. He's pretty famous. He's renowned as one of the best mid players in Korea.
So he's living up to his name.
Yep. And this team is fairly new. However, I believe they're quite good. But I don't know. Every single one of these teams is strong. Any one of these teams can make it out of this, and we just won't know.
What do you think as far as nations go? Who else has the strongest teams? Obviously, Taiwan just won. Does Taiwan have the multitude of strong teams, or is it just a few elite?
I think Taipei is currently just that one team.
Just that one team?
I haven't seen any other Taiwanese teams perform as well as they have, so I wouldn't know. But out of Southeast Asia, definitely Taiwan, or at least the Taipei.
How is the Singaporean scene?
The Singaporean scene is it's there, but since Singapore is such a small country,
right, low population,
and a harder time, to get a professional.
That's actually what's funny. A lot of people ask me, why is esports so big out here in Seoul? And it's like, well, I mean, Seoul alone has about 22 million people, and it's not actually a very spread out city. It's not Los Angeles or anything like that. It's actually pretty compact. So, that combined with the fact that culturally everybody embraces video games. And you can basically have all the good players living in one city, all the tournaments in one city. So that's why you get that. But yeah, some of these other places, not as good. Now the Koreans are known for being very aggressive in their plays. Is this correct? Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
They can be, yes.
Okay.
But every game has its own certain strategy, and every game is different. So you want to go into every game, trying to maximize your potential to win, and with the various objectives and different things you have to do. So, but one thing, yes, the Koreans have been renowned for is their teamwork. They have great communication. They live together. So. They can when they're aggressive. They all fully commit as a team, and when they're trying to play safe, they all move as one unit.
That's good. It's really interesting when you see the different play styles, and you see this actually in all sorts of games, even games like Counter-Strike. It's old school, but different play styles coming from different regions, different meta games, and oh my heavens to Betsy! I believe it's time for this game to start.
Yes, it is, and the players are loading now. The game should be starting shortly.
All right.
So here we go into game one. So AZUBU Blaze will be blue team, whereas Najin Shield is the purple team. And it looks like both teams are just running down mid, pretty standard. Pretty standard opening items for both teams.
So it looks like they're all going to be staying together here. Najin Shield is. They might be trying to see if they can get one of the players while hiding.
Look for early wards as well. Both these teams want some map dominance, so they'll most likely try and ward early.
All right, let's see if they're actually going to manage to get. They're here. It looks like we got our jungler ready in position.
So
Minion's going to be spawning in a moment here.
Yep. The blue team has a fairly defensive setup, however, so I don't know. I'm not sure if the purple team will be able to invade, but
미니언 생성까지 30초
looks like Nunu accidentally placed 2 wards in that top brush.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was a little bit strange.
Yeah. So here purple team goes in for the invade, but looks like they're just trying to put a ward.
Right. Another ward's been planted down there. They're going to know when jungling's occurring in that location. And for those of you watching, guys, we are on the Korean client right now. So this is there's a lot of. Hold on a second here. Do we have an engagement?
Nope, just another ward from Nunu. just a counter ward basically.
Right.
The purple team, Najin did put a ward in the blue in AZUBU's jungle, so AZUBU just countered that with the ward of their own. Oh, and Rumble actually almost stole that big
I
raid.
saw that right behind the trees there. That was nice.
Yeah. That big one actually is the majority of the experience for that camp. Right. So if that does get stolen, that is actually a pretty big advantage.
All right, some more jungling going on down here.
Yep, so here AZUBU is just giving a hard leash to their jungler. Looks like he's doing a no smite red start, so he'll be able to get blue buff with smite and gets level 2 fast.
How often do junglers not use smite?
Generally, it's pretty often.
Is it pretty mandatory then?
It's not mandatory, but basically what it does is just gives the jungler
so much more damage on those creeps in the woods.
And saves smite for his opposing buff. So just harassing going on bot lane.
And now, we got some laning going on down here.
Yeah,
obviously, if you're new to League of Legends, they want to get those last hits on those creeps to get that extra gold. I've been told, actually, that a lot of League of Legends pros will actually, before a match, practice against, for the first 5 minutes against bots, making sure the last hit the creeps. This is correct, right?
Yeah, it's correct for many players. Just going into a custom game or a practice game and just practice last hitting. It helps your mechanics.
Right. Well, it's funny because when you get the late game League of Legends, you're hitting so fast that it can almost mess up your rhythm when you go into early game.
Yeah. But these guys are just so experienced that it just doesn't really matter.
It's automatic at this point in time.
So here we go, just pretty standard. Both junglers not really seeing any opportunity to just gank. However, here Mokuza comes to the mid lane. This might be successful, but I don't know. Katarina can just shampoo out. Oh, but here we go.
Oh, this could be bad.
Oh,
he's running back.
Wow, no.
Wow, nice flash out of there. Surprised there's no recall happening now. But
I think Katarina's just trying to get some
any XP.
More yes.
All right, as you can see, now do you feel like any team has a lead right now? Is it just too early to say?
Well, Najin does have a slight advantage, about 200 gold. That isn't that big of an advantage, but you can say Najin is ahead. They actually did blow Katarina's flash, so if Najin decides to come back around, then that
could be in trouble. Yeah, he could definitely be taken out. Not really an easy option for escaping there.
So here the LoL just, it's going to equalize again.
Yeah, they're pretty much dead even on gold right now. So we got some pushing coming up here at the top lane.
Yep, and we can, actually Nocturne's on his way as well. We could see a gank coming here. Looks like he's just going to ward and move down towards mid lane.
Now, how are they doing as far as wards go? Who's dominating more? We normally have a preview computer so we can check that, but it's not on right now. But we're going to fix during this cast.
It looks like, Nocturne will be getting the sphere off. I don't think they won't be able to. Nocturne or Rumble is just too tanky right now. Najin actually has 2 wards in the top river, so the top lane for AZUBU Blaze won't be open for quite a while.
Probably no gank's going to be happening.
The bot lane, however, the Najin shield has 1 ward in the Tri-Rush, but actually AZUBU Blaze, they have just warded the river, so Nocturne, it'll be hard for Nocturne to gank bot.
Najin's doing a pretty good job over here, as you said. Wards at the top over there. Now, since I am the noob here, I've heard there's situations where you get your creeps, or your minions, I should say, close enough to their turret where it's hard for them to one-shot it. Are there moments where you want to allow them to get that close in there, where the last hitting is impossible?
Yeah, sometimes you know, you want to try and you know, shove your lane to the tower. But here comes the gang of Katarina.
Could be taken out and barely escapes.
Actually does not have any mana to follow that up. Yeah, that is just some waste of time there, but Katarina will be missing out some CS in this game.
Now, while you guys are watching this, we are in the Korean client here, so you will see some Hangul there. It's not a stick circle fight, but in fact, that is in Korean, since we are piggybacked onto the our Korean observer for now.
That is correct. Now we just see, you know, the lanes passively farming. There's not much action going on. I think both teams just want to farm up and, you know, go into a fight that they're both comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see here some nice last hitting here. Gold right now. There's a minor lead here for Najin Shield.
Bot lane CS is pretty much even. Diana does have a slight advantage over Nocturne, but here we see Nocturne, or Diana, sorry, going in for that, but they will back out. Top lane, Malphite is actually beating Rumble in CS. And let's see, Katarina is pretty much dead even with Rise.
Right, so we're basically neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
No really discernible lead for the time.
Oh, and actually, Diana's right now trying to steal Najin's red buff. Nocturne does not know. He just went back, actually. They do not know, so I think Diana should be able to grab this red buff for herself.
Yeah, it looks like she probably will do that.
Yep, she just got it, and she is going top, but nothing there. We have Katarina stealing the race.
We got some more jungling going on.
Yeah.
Over here from AZUBU Blaze.
So pretty much just a farm fest right now. You know, both teams trying to get every advantage they can. Yeah, so there Mukuza is noticing his red buff has been stolen. He is currently level 5, so once he's trying to get that 6 so he can go in for a game.
Yeah, once he can get his ult.
Yeah. So he's just trying to farm that up.
Looks like nobody's really taking that much damage on any of their turrets here.
Yeah.
Although that wouldn't really happen with players of this caliber this early in the game.
So Diana will be spotted going top. Yeah, Malphite will just back out of that.
Yep. Hugging the wall there. And now recalling.
Yep. Just going back, get some more items.
Now, you said earlier AZUBU Blaze needs to get into mid-game and late game. Is this correct?
Yeah. Mid-game and late game,
that's going to be their strong point?
Yeah.
So then what can Najin Shield do right now to try to punish them and not allow them to get into mid-game in a healthy stance?
Actually, right now, Nocturne is going to the top lane right now to possibly dive onto Rumble to slightly first blood.
Oh, here we go.
There's
and I think it's indeed first blood. All right, we set the pace now.
There we go. Najin with first blood, and that will go to Malphite. We have Diana trying to come gank bot. She has oracles now, so she will be clearing out those wards.
Yeah, it's going to be lights out for the opposing team. All right, now we got one player who's not in game right now. He's going to be back in a few seconds, obviously, but how does Najin Shield capitalize on this moment?
Basically, what Najin now has to do is they have already shut down top. Well, they have not completely shut down top, but now top will do just fine against the opposing top. So now what Nocturne should be focusing on is the mid and bot lane. Nocturne now should be trying to go in for those ganks in the other lanes so that the other lanes can also snowball to that mid and lane game.
It looks like Najin's pretty aware of the possibility of that gank. They're staying back. They're not going to let their minions push too much further. Now they are pushed back to their turret.
And looks like Diana just taking out another ward. Yeah, top lane. Yeah, that Malphite Q is doing a lot of damage to Rumble now. He's playing quite safe. Yeah, there's damage.
All right, as you can see.
So Nocturne has also picked up an Oracle's for himself.
There's actually about a little bit under 1K gold lead here for Najin Shield. So Najin looking pretty slick so far.
Yep. So Nocturne's just gonna probably just do a full clear of his jungle, clear any wards if he passes by any. And by the time he clears his jungle, he might actually go for that top lane gank again. We'll have to wait and see.
Now, if they manage to get a few more kills, are they going to try to go for the dragon here?
Definitely.
Definitely. That's going to maybe taking out two to three if they can at once.
Yeah.
Easier.
If you see mid or bot lane go down, then definitely look for that dragon opportunity. Or if Malphite, what you can do is actually push his minion wave to the enemy tower, and then roam bot lane for that dragon.
Okay.
And that will. Oh, but actually here we see AZUBU going for the dragon. I just noticed that Najin's bot lane went back to my items.
Okay, really nice. You're gonna get that gold boost, and they're doing this unpunished.
Yeah, uncontested dragon. Yeah, the Najin's bot lane did go back, so they opened up the opportunity for the dragon.
Again, just more clearing of the wards.
Yep, and because of that dragon, the gold has evened out. Najin with only a 100 gold advantage now. But here's Diana trying to steal that blue buff, but she gets caught.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
she could be taken out here. Nope.
I think
teammates coming to save in the last second. Who's going to get it, though?
But looks like...
Is he going to last it?
Oh.
Looks like they went to Najin.
Yeah, actually, here we go. The Lulu ulti onto Nocturne. Oh, Ezreal's ulti will kill two players.
Barely surviving that.
Wow.
They're on the run right now. Scattering.
Wow, and Nocturne looks like he will die here. Yes. Yep. And Malphite does have his ulti.
Trying to get away right now.
Yeah, there he goes.
And we could have a double kill here. One more on the run. Going through the bushes.
There we go. And that is a 4-for-2 exchange for Najin's shield.
Wow.
Najin came out way on top of that one.
Now it's this point in time where they want to start trying to take out the other players' turrets.
Yes, and this is the time where you push turrets. Dragon is not up, so that option won't be available to them. But just look for just pushing, and then they'll all go back.
All right, as you can see, most of the players have spawned back in. We still have one more to pop back in. And really nice player here so far. By the way, the gold advantage now a little bit under, I should say, 2K here for Najin.
Yeah, so Najin came out way ahead on that exchange.
As you can see, trying to clear up these minions. They don't want that turret to take any more damage.
Yeah, and actually both junglers lost their oracles, so no more ward breaking for a while. Here Diana comes to the top lane, trying to go on Malphite. Here they go
on the run.
Oh,
Malphite should be able to get away from this. Yeah.
His flash was up, so he got out of that one just fine. Here Nocturne comes up for the counter gank, but the ward will spot him, I think. Oh, but not. Oh, the fear might go off, but no.
Not gonna work this time.
Yeah, Malphite's ulti's not up yet. But here the Rumble ult goes off. Here comes Diana.
All right, they're gonna get back by that turret.
Oh, but Nocturne actually spell shielded Diana's.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Diana's Q, so he will not get affected by her ulti reset. Oh. So here the Lulu ulti goes down. She will live from that, but that ulti will be down for quite a while now.
They're pushing right now at bottom pretty hard on this turret.
Yep.
And as you can see now, whoa!
Yeah, Nunu Kog'Maw has surprisingly very high damage output. The buff that Nunu can give Kog'Maw, greatly increases his Kog'Maw's attack speed. So what you see, the build you see Kog'Maw's going with the Nunu support is the Zeal to Phantom Dancer build, which is just primarily focusing on maximizing that attack speed in combination with Kog'Maw's W skill, which actually causes his auto attacks to damage a percentage amount of their enemies maximum HP.
We got another engagement, flashing out
onto
and now pushing them back towards the turret, but he's getting low. He could be taking out any
too much.
Everybody low on HP
but that is
here.
a 1-for-1 exchange. That was definitely worth it for AZUBU Blaze.
Kog'Maw is so low on HP. If he stubs his toe, he's going to die.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description. I think they should be able to take down this bot lane tower.
보라팀 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
So there goes that kind of equalizes the gold advantage. Yeah, so Malphite now is just dominating top lane. There's not much Rumble can do against Malphite right now. Those 2 kills on Malphite, just gave such a boost on Malphite's, items and levels.
Right.
So now Rumble is just he just has to play really passive and just try and get experience.
Rumble's been kind of knocked back to the Stone Age a little bit here.
Yep. Here we go, just another passive farming fest.
Well, AZUBU's doing a good job of trying to play catch-up here, I gotta say.
Yeah. And that's what they need to do.
Especially considering, AZUBU did have that moment where there was 4 players knocked out.
I think...
we're early enough in the game, though, where the players still respawn quick enough where it's not as devastating.
Yeah, so it's only about a 1k gold advantage for Najin, so it's not that significant, but Najin is in the lead.
What kind of item building are we going to need to see here from both these teams?
Well, it looks like for Malphite, he's going a mixture of tank and mage. So he's going a mixture of damage items with defensive items. So he'll be doing damage while soaking up some as well. With Nocturne, we have a standard jungle kind of bruiser tanky AD type of build. Rise is also going pretty standard tanky mage. Ezreal, we have a pretty standard opening Triforce. He's building towards a Triforce right now. And on the opposing team, just pretty standard penetration build for Katarina, actually. So she's going for the Sorcerer's Boots, Haunting Guys, and she's going for the Abyssal Scepter now, which will give her a total of 60 magic penetration total. Or not including her runes.
Are they going to go for the dragon here? It looks like they were debating going for the dragon, but then there were wars there.
Yeah, so actually, we have a Rumble ulti go down. Oh, and the Malphite ulti. Here we go, Katarina ulti going off. Malphite just got Lulu ulti. Oh, Nunu ulti going off, but
미쳐 날뛰고 있습니다.
right, we have
it just looks like
two down here.
It looks like Najin's Rise and Ezreal just have too much damage.
All right, he's on the run. The last AZUBU is going to get out.
And there is the ace.
Damn. All right. Well, this dragon's going to be taken out now. Easy peasy.
Easy,
and from there, what are they going to do? Are they going to push bottom lane here, or would it probably be better to go for middle?
After this dragon, they probably will push bot top. So here we go. Here we see Rise going to mid lane, and Ezreal trying to push bot. They probably won't.
AZUBU should lose a turret no matter what at this point in time, correct?
They probably won't be able to push a turret yet because the turret's health is fairly high, and Rise doesn't have mana. A big team fight just finished. Right. They want to go back and get items.
Okay. Thank God you're here. All right, so they want to go back, build up the items first.
Yeah.
Items going to give you the strength to win the next fight.
Exactly.
As you can see now, AZUBU back in the game. All their players are, but again, they're behind now on gold. You're looking at what, a 4K advantage here?
Yeah, 4K advantage
Najin's
towards
shield?
Najin.
Najin.
Ezreal just finished his Triforce and picked up a Negatron cloak for that Rumble of Katarina and Diana, actually, and a little bit of Kog'Maw and Nunu. So actually that Negatron pickup was pretty good because everyone on AZUBU Blaze's team has some form of magic damage. So we also see Malphite building up the Abyssal Scepter, which is also a magic resist item. And we're looking, Nocturne will probably go for an 8% lead. Now here we go, a dive onto Rumble, but he does
They're
flash
locked on.
out.
He is barely getting out of there.
He flashed out of that Malphite ulti. Good reaction timing. Here we have an engagement onto Nunu, but he will make it out of there safely. Looks like Najin might be looking for a push mid lane, but looks like AZUBU will be grouped up mid, so they probably will not be able to push that down. They might be able to push down top lane. Yeah, they will be able to get that top lane. there. It actually looks like AZUBU's trying to counter push mid.
And it looks like they're doing a fairly
Yeah.
good job of that right now. They're going to wait for the next creep wave, or mini wave, excuse me.
Yeah, but I feel like if Malphite does not have his ulti, so they can't really have a good team fight yet. They have to wait for that ulti to come back up. But we do see them kind of splitting off now.
Cleaning up some more wards here on the map as well.
Yep.
It looks like Najin's pushing middle pretty heavy here.
It looks like
The turret,
they really want
turret's
this mid
pretty
tower.
low, yeah.
Yeah, but I believe Rumble ulti is still up, so if they do fully commit to that tower push, they will have to eat that Rumble ulti. That is one thing to look out for.
All right. Looks like they're going to hold this position. They got wards set up here as well. Are they just going to stay middle for the time being?
It looks like they are, just some jungle clearing here and there, but it looks like they really do want the spot tower.
Oh, and I think they might be able to get it right now. Here we go.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to get it easy. Probably just go back now. Ezreal and Lulu will probably be going bot. Well, nope. Actually, looks like they are still grouped up mid. I actually think that Najin just wants to have a team fight because they know they're ahead, and they want to push that advantage.
Right.
So they're trying to look for that team fight, but it looks like AZUBU is just trying to catch up.
When you say they're looking for that team fight, and again, you're going to be the guy educating me on this. When they're in the middle like that, is that making it more difficult for AZUBU to jungle then, or at least get the high gold junglers?
Well, the main reason to group up mid is that it is the central point of the map. So no matter where the enemy is, that will be the closest distance to travel to them to start a team fight. So I'm right there. They're just kind of, hipping hopping and just trying to figure out where the enemy team was, where they wanted a team fight. But
they're juking and jiving back there at the
so
front.
Basically, AZUBU knows they're behind, and what they're just trying to do now is stall the game out and try and get those levels, that gold, those items, and just just turtle basically until they can catch up to Najin's shield. So it's we probably might not see any action for a while. Looks like this new team is just trying to farm. Both teams know what's on the line, so they're not trying to risk anything here.
You can see Kama chasing him back now.
Yep, just putting down some damage. So Kama with Red buff and Phantom Dancer plus BF Sword, he's pretty strong now with that Nunu buff.
Looks like that is going to force Najin's shield to regroup in the middle here.
Yeah, so this is where AZUBU's team comp will start to shine a little bit more. With the Nunu ult down, plus the Rumble ulti, plus Katarina, Kog'Maw will be able to sit in the back and just auto attack people, and try and get them, low. Whereas Ezreal is very mobile. He has a built-in, essentially flash. He has a built-in flash. He has, great mobility. He can flash over walls, dodge skills.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty hard to kill Ezreal. What I'm thinking Najin will do is they'll send Malphite and Nocturne to dive into Kog'Maw and just try and eliminate him immediately.
So it was a potential strategy to just assassinate Kog'Maw.
So pretty
get
much
him out of the picture.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, you can see AZUBU's doing a pretty good job of sticking with Kog'Maw.
Yeah. So basically, they're just gonna try and protect Kog'Maw. He will have the most damage, consistent damage output on their team. So just look for that protection. But Najin Shield has a pretty good dive team. They do have that Malphite and Nocturne that can dive into Kog'Maw. And when they dive in, if they do get low, Lulu will be able to ulti them and give them that health bonus. Here we have
more gold here for Najin. They're getting, again, a very heavy gold advantage here. About a 6K lead.
So Najin pushing the pressure. Oh, we do have an engagement onto Diana.
Yep.
Bad positioning.
Completely blindsided there, actually.
AZUBU cannot afford these changes right now.
I feel if you look at where everybody was located on the map there, Diana was pretty far out.
She was definitely out of position, and actually Najin might look for a Baron right here.
If you look at the ward dominance here, we're going to have another engagement here.
So just Diana out of position, no way she can get out.
Right.
Yeah, AZUBU cannot afford these mistakes right now if they want to win this game.
All right. Well, the game goes on now. Note top lane has been pushed pretty far here by the minions, but as far as bottom lane goes, AZUBU's actually dominating. They've already pushed all the way up to that turret number 2 there.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to probably clean that up a little bit, get that lane balanced out a little more.
So there's not much AZUBU can do right now. They're just trying to get as much gold as they can. Another small push onto mid, but I don't think they'll be able to get this.
Once again here, Najin pushing back in middle.
Yep. So just look for Najin to group up mid again, and have a group push somewhere.
Are they wanting another engagement here? Is that ideal?
I think what Najin is trying to do right now is they're trying to group up, win a team fight, and go for Baron.
Okay.
I feel like if Najin gets Baron, the game
It's going to snowball.
It won't be recoverable for AZUBU. So I think Najin knows that. So they're just trying to have
Ideally, who is Najin going to want to target here? Or does it even matter? Just take out 2. Because that buff on Kog'Maw is not there anymore. Is there a focal point here? Is what I'm saying as far as who they want to eliminate.
Kog'Maw still has a lot of damage output even without red buff.
Right.
Because of the new buff, basically he gets essentially another free Phantom Dancer. So his attack speed will be greatly increased. He already has a pretty high base attack speed. So with that Nunu buff, he'll just be outputting so much damage onto the enemy team. So, another target that Najin should be focused on is actually Katarina as well. Because Katarina has, quite a bit of damage, and her ult is actually channeling. So if they don't interrupt her ulti, and here we go onto Diana. Here Nocturne goes in, he's trying to back out now. Flashes out there, Malphite goes, ulti. Yep. Here we go, Diana goes in, there's Lulu ulti.
Oh my god, this is a massacre!
Oh, but they just left Kog'Maw by himself. And this is what
on the hunt. And unbelievable. That was a bloodbath.
So a 4-for-4 exchange, the almost ace for AZUBU.
Kog'Maw can take out this turret right now.
Yeah, so
and he absolutely
like
will.
Tower will be going down.
탑이
And
파괴되었습니다.
that is what happens when you do not take out the enemy's AD carry.
Right.
The AD carry will do the most damage to your team, and if you cannot
we're getting a late game here. Yeah, this is where the carry actually is carrying.
Yeah. So this is where you should really see Kog'Maw shine, and hopefully maybe carry his team to victory.
All right, we have players respawning now.
So here we have, the players responding now.
All right.
So actually, the gold difference has actually
AZUBU's caught up a little bit.
Yeah, AZUBU's caught up about 3-4K gold. They're still in this definitely. Here we have Diana picked up another Oracle. I don't know if that's a safe investment, because that's actually 400 gold that you have to invest in that item, and if you die, then it does go away. So
yeah. Well, we're at the phase of the game where people are starting to gang up on each other.
Yeah. I feel like Nunu should have picked up that Oracles. Diana has died 4 times.
We got a little bit of pushing down here at bottom. Looks like that is going to be driven back.
So we actually see Rise here really tanky now. He has 6 kills, Frozen Heart, building onto what I'm guessing an Abyssal Scepter. Rise is super tanky, has a lot of damage output, so try and look for him also to be going for Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw won't be doing as much damage to Rise because Rise does have that Frozen Heart, which it's a pretty good counter to an AD.
Bottom turret now being eliminated.
Yeah. So here, bot tower may not go down.
It's not quite. That might even end up dying to some minions.
It did go down actually.
Okay.
But here Kog'Maw just annihilates Nocturne.
It's really
he does
that
have that Infinity Edge
insane.
now. Yeah. And he is just outputting so much damage.
Najin actually losing the ward advantage here.
Yeah.
So suddenly AZUBU is pushing back.
Oh, here we have Diana engaging onto Malphite. Malphite does go in onto
Harpooned him in there, and he is out.
but he is just too separated from his team to do anything.
Oh, we're going to have a kill number 2, it looks like.
And Lulu does go off, but he will go down.
Very nicely done there.
AZUBU Frost looking good.
Talk about, tipping the favor back in your direction. So we have 2 now out for Najin.
Yeah, so it looks
5
like
champions
AZUBU going for Baron now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, they're trying to engage onto Najin.
We might end
They're
up losing
focusing
all
Rise.
these players.
No. It's 2v5 is very hard to win.
I know, yeah. This is a game of math now. Now, do they want to go for Baron now?
It looks.
Or are they worried that they're just too low? That too many characters are too low at HP?
Yeah, I think Najin has too many players down right now to go for Baron. None of AZUBU's players have died actually, so it will be very risky for Najin to go for Baron. But it's always a possibility.
Yeah. All right, and in this case, they did not go for the Baron. They wanted to heal up and do a little bit more basic jungling here.
Yep.
And I think that's probably smart. They want to try to catch up in gold.
Yeah. They still are behind. They know they're really in this now. They know they're pretty much on par with Najin Shield. Actually, this late in the game, 2K, 3K gold is not that big of a not that big of an advantage because that gold is split among 5 players.
And the items you're going to be buying at this point in time are pretty expensive.
Exactly. So
little health potions and stuff like that.
So, from a gold standpoint, yes, Najin does have an advantage, but they are pretty much neck and neck at this point. We have Diana going in, but that looks like a very bad engage on AZUBU's part.
Yeah, now probably going to lose at least 2.
Yeah, AZUBU's not in position. Kongma was not
Oh my
in
God,
that
we
team
could
fight
actually see
at all. But Kongma looks like he might be
No, nice snipe there.
Yeah, but Kog'Maw's true damage might be able to take out. No, a 4-4 exchange. Not bad, but honestly, I feel like AZUBU did make a pretty bad decision there. Kog'Maw was not there at the beginning of the team fight.
Right.
Kog'Maw was pushing top. However, AZUBU engaged onto Najin without Kog'Maw, and that actually costed them the ace. It looks like they could have aced.
It looks like he's now going to try to push middle turret number 2 here, and I think he actually is. He could potentially get it.
I think he will be able to get this. 3 players on AZUBU are still down. Nunu is not out of base yet. He will get that turret. 4 players actually still down for Najin. Nocturne, Lulu just coming up. Just look for them to get their buffs. Both sides red buff has spawned, so look for the AD carries to pick that up. Baron, neither team has gotten Baron yet, so they're both. So just watch out for that. Baron is a huge objective, and Baron is, I think it is worth about 6,000 gold. So the buff itself, with the gold it gives you, it is worth
a lot.
Yeah.
It's basically the best thing you could possibly get. So this is going to be pretty huge once we get to that point in time in the game.
Yeah. So
Baron generally does signify, okay, they can probably close this out now, or at least deliver that crippling blow that's going to make it so hard for the opposing team to recover from. And it looks like we're going for that now.
They're just clearing out wards right now.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, they don't want to they don't want to fully engage onto Baron without knowing where the enemy team is. If they have vision, they don't want to risk a steal or something that could potentially give up the Baron to the enemy team.
Right.
We just have Kog'Maw pushing mid here. He does have the Guardian Angel now, so he will be quite safe during team fights. When he dies, he will be able to respawn. Here, AZUBU Blaze goes in to clear out some more wards. It actually looks like Najin is getting their top lane pushed right now, so one player might have to go up there and clear that out. AZUBU Frost is just trying to keep their waves pushed.
Yeah, and I think they might be going back to the Baron now. You can see they drove them back. They're saying, there's no more wards over here.
Yeah. So
except for that one there. But And then once that's cleared, you can see it looks like Najin is actually going to try to swing back in here.
So actually, Ezreal picked up a Guardian Angel too. So surprisingly, even though Najin's swords carries, so Ryze and Ezreal respectively, they both have 8 kills. Oh, and here goes the engage on Diana. She does pop Zanya's. Rumble will go down.
AZUBU's down. Nobody's
But Kog'Maw,
3 now.
Kog'Maw is dealing, but there is just too much health to deal with.
Barely
Katarina
getting out of there.
looks like
And I think they may be going for a Baron.
so it looks like Najin will be going for that Baron. Great engage on Najin's part.
Yeah,
They saw that AZUBU was out of position and that Malphite.
They were super patient with that. They knew that actually AZUBU was really desperate for the Baron for a while now.
Yeah.
And then, eventually drove it back. And now they're going to get this. And this can be the tipping point, guys.
Could be. Najin does pick up Baron at 37 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right.
So actually, neither AD carry lost their Guardian Angel last fight. So, I think both teams are, happy about that. But, AZUBU Blaze really has to watch on those engages. I feel like AZUBU Blaze has to engage onto Najin and catch them out of position instead of getting engaged on, because Najin Shield's team comp just has a better diving team. They are able to dive onto Katarina, Diana, Rumble, whoever, and take him out immediately. And that's what Najin needs to do to win this fight, whereas AZUBU Blaze needs to fight more of the guerrilla tactic and kite.
The surprises and
And just catch them out of position.
But you can really see the muscle right now behind Najin. On the map. And they are pushing middle lane heavy.
Yeah, and look at that health on Malphite. He has,
If you notice in this game, AZUBU's barely even been on Najin's side of the map.
Yeah.
Just a few moments, actually, where they get over there.
Actually, Kog'Maw does have that last whisper now, so he will be actually to do quite a bit of damage to Ryze and Malphite and actually Ezreal, who all have, and actually Nocturne, who all have above 100 armor. So that last whisper will be very helpful. Here's Najin trying to push that bot lane down. They do have Baron, so they can have sustained pushes. They can take the poke. Just look for them to kind of poke this tower down. But actually, their top lane is starting to push right now, so they might not be able to sustain this push for long.
It looks like they're going to wait for the next wave of minions to come in here.
Yep, just trying to clear this as fast as possible.
Nice dodge there. And again, they're hitting this tower pretty hard right now.
Yeah, they're
with
trying
that
to
Baron
poke this
buff
down, but I mean, AZUBU's wave clear is not great, but they have Rumble E, they have Kog'Maw slow, Katarina's bouncing blade, Diana's Q spell, so they have some wave clear. So this tower push is not going down as fast as Najin wants it to. But I mean, it looks like
with this next one here, they're getting driven
looks
back.
like they got that tower.
Nice pushing there, and they're not going to
really
keep pushing
take
bottom.
advantage of that Baron buff.
Right, and it looks like they could. Oh no, excuse me. I thought they're going to go northbound. So they're actually all.
Oh, actually,
I didn't know, but they're just
some
on
lag. I think it might be some server lag right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on exactly.
What do we do? Oh my God. Well, we'll get that sorted out in a little bit here. We'll get an update for you guys. All right. So obviously, latency is so important on League of Legends. You're not going to last hit your creeps. Minions, excuse me. You're not going to be able to micro properly. So we're still in game here, and when this gets sorted out, we'll put this back up here. So, do you think AZUBU can come back?
I think they can. Kog'Maw is at that point where he can carry his entire team if his front line does not get immediately demolished like they have in the past couple of fights. What's been happening in the past couple of fights is Najin just cutting AZUBU Frost's team off. So basically, they pick off a few, and they can't follow up, and basically AZUBU won't be able to follow up to that attack, and will lose the team fight respectively. So, I mean, if AZUBU is smart with their engages and disengages, then they should be able. They could pull out this game, but I mean, since Najin just picked up that Baron, it's looking kind of grim for AZUBU at this point.
Just so you guys know, on the screen that I could see here, they are where they are parked. There are wards there, so we're going to see if they're going to clear that out and then go north from here. Because just so you guys know, on the screen here, we got AZUBU inside their base. We got Najin still at bottom lane. Are they going to now push top? Are they going to push in the middle?
It looks like they're backing out. They're trying to push that mid lane in, possibly top lane. I think what they're trying to do is just get all the outer turrets pushed in first, because those outer turrets are actually easier to push than the base turrets.
Okay.
The base turrets are stronger. They're more easily defended. There's a choke point, so the defending team can.
Right, and the minions are popping out of
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
The champions can go back and heal.
Basically, Najin is just trying to get every advantage they can while they have that Baron buff. Because that Baron buff doesn't guarantee, but it gives them a great advantage.
I'm a newbie here. How long does Baron buff last?
Baron buff lasts, I believe, it's either 3 or 4 minutes. I think it's 4. Actually, it might be. I'm not exactly sure, honestly. But it's, I think, 3 or 4 minutes it lasts for. Yeah.
So then how long does it take before the Baron respawns?
It's every 7 minutes after death. So once you kill Baron, 7 minutes after you kill it, it spawns again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to make this accessible for the newbie viewers and the newbie casters. All right.
Actually, Rise picked up a Guardian Angel as well. So there's actually 3. Wow. There's actually 3 Guardian Angels on Najin now. So Najin is looking very strong. It will be very hard for AZUBU to win this next team fight. Kog'Maw's Guardian Angel, I'm not sure if it's up still.
Looks like we have what's going to AZUBU gathering up here in the middle, and now pushing forward. He's got to be careful not to overextend here, clearing out more wards. And AZUBU pushing back pretty hard right now.
AZUBU just trying to push their lanes out. I mean, I don't know if AZUBU should be trying to fight right now. Najin is looking pretty scary. If I were them, I would just try and turtle inside the base.
Yeah.
Where it's easiest to defend.
Would you say they should just turtle in there?
Baron did just come.
And Najin's going for it right away.
AZUBU has no vision on it, and it looks like Najin will be able to get this Baron uncontested. Looks like they're going on the invade.
Man. They walked right into this. This could be more convenient here for Najin.
Yeah, and here we go. Yeah, but it actually looks like Kog'Maw is doing crazy amounts of damage, but he is now cut off from his team. His team has all either died or is too low to help them. He will go down. Najin, too strong, too tanky.
Really nicely done there by Najin. They got the Baron buff. They're moving out on the map.
Yep, and they just had that perfectly timed. They knew exactly when that Baron was coming up. They were ready. They got it. They engaged, and they won.
And now we can see that the turret over here at top is going to be taken out. No problem. Boom, it's gone. And there looks like they're going to push their minions all the way down to
looks like
the
they're
base
trying to
turret
push
now.
out the base turret now. It's going to be very hard for AZUBU to defend
I think, they're just going to take this out here too, and that means the inhibitor's going to be exposed.
Yeah, it looks
so
like
they're going to go for that. And this inhibitor's going to go down well. This is, this could be the point in time when it just spirals out of control.
Yeah, it's looking very grim for AZUBU right now. They just lost a pretty big team fight. They lost an inhibitor. Najin has quite a bit of gold now, probably saved up from that Baron and that team fight. So
totally.
They're going to get even more strong. And now, AZUBU is in for just help. Basically.
Yeah, this is not good right now.
Yeah.
For AZUBU, excuse me. And as you can see, if you look back here, you know, the base here for Najin has never really been touched.
Yeah.
They just seem to have more muscle when they're moving out on the map.
Yeah, so actually Najin has taken out 7 AZUBU turrets, and AZUBU has only taken out 4 of the Najins.
And with that inhibitor destroyed,
yeah,
you know, it takes a little while for that inhibitor to come back. So there's going to be a period of time where they're just not going to have the kind of support that they really need.
So it looks like Najin is going to pick up an easy Dragon. You know, Dragon at this point is, you know, it's still good, but it's not game-changing at all. It's just
well, I mean, at this point in time, if they take the Dragon, AZUBU doesn't get it.
Exactly.
So it's just more gold in their pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the way we could sum this up is right now, Najin has room to make mistakes. AZUBU does not.
Yeah, exactly. Najin has a huge gold advantage now. You know, they took out an inhibitor off of AZUBU. You know, it looks like they're either going to push mid or bot now. They still have, they still have quite a bit on that Baron buff. Oh, actually, just about a quarter left on that Baron. Looks like they're just going to push down mid. You know, honestly, I think Najin is strong enough to tower dive even. You know, they're tanky enough. They have enough damage to just, you know, just tower dive them. But, you know, we probably won't see that, you know, full engage under tower. We're probably just going to see some more poking at the tower, pushing it back, you know, just poking down the tower slowly.
Actually, I think they're going to push down here at bottom turret. Unless I'm mistaken, yeah.
So they're actually
doing a great job with their wards as well.
Yeah. Looks like they're actually they're just trying to push in all their lanes right now. You see Nocturne going up mid to you know, push down mid. He does have an ulti, so he can get into the team fight from, you know, far away. Yeah, it looks like Nocturne will be trying to split push mid while the rest of his team pushes bot. And again, you know, with that Nocturne ulti, he can get into that team fight.
I think with this next minion wave, I think this turret does go down.
Yeah, quite possibly. But I mean, Kog'Maw is really strong right now. He has his he actually has a full item set. He has gotten all of his core 10. He cannot buy any more items. So he has a lot of damage right now. You know, if Najin does not deal with him, then look at that damage onto Malphite. Even though Malphite has over 300 armor with that W on, Kog'Maw is still shredding him. You know, if Najin doesn't deal with that Kog'Maw somehow, then, you know, he will. Kog'Maw can.
How can they deal with Kog'Maw right now? I mean, what would they need to do?
There are 2 options actually. One is Najin can just obliterate AZUBU's front line. So basically, Rumble, Diana, Katarina, Nunu.
Yeah.
They just focus those 4 champions, not worry about Nunu until Kog'Maw until everyone else is dead.
And then Kog'Maw doesn't have the backup.
Exactly.
Basically.
He doesn't have the protection. He gets stunned and he'll just die.
If you know, AZUBU's doing a really good job of this. They're keeping Kog'Maw mostly in the front up here.
Yeah.
Now, we just see middle lanes getting pushed. This might be where they're going to have to spread out a little bit more here.
Yeah, see, so you have Katarina here, you know, trying to defend mid, but we do have an engage on Katarina, but she will get out of that. Basically, they're just trying to split push, just trying to choke, you know, AZUBU in their own base.
Looks like the inhibitor is not respawned yet, by the way.
Yeah, and this bot tower looks like it's going down soon. Looks like, wow, that is a lot of,
Damn! Kog'Maw has a lot of damage.
Yeah, he has a lot of damage and a lot of attack speed, but, I mean, Najin is so tanky and so strong.
Oh!
There the engage goes on Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw flashes, takes down Malphite. They are diving, and Kog'Maw is just getting free reign. Here he goes.
Oh, you can see he tried to take out that turret at the last second.
Yeah,
it did not work.
You know, Najin committed onto the tower dive, but failed because they could not kill Kog'Maw. Malphite actually tried to ulti Kog'Maw, but Kog'Maw did flash out of that with that reaction timing.
And while this has all been going on, this one of the towers down there that's actually protecting the Nexus did get taken out. So
yeah. So
we didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Actually,
so the super minions actually they pushed down top and actually did get that top Nexus tower. But I mean, AZUBU did win that team fight. I don't know if I would say it was worth that one Nexus turret. because now they did actually get rid of Malphite's Guardian Angel.
It also does mean that we're going to have to keep in mind that inhibitor that's respawned is not defended, so
yeah,
we're going to
exactly.
have to probably constantly have to manage that lane there. Now this turret up here getting some heavy hits.
Kog'Maw is just so strong right now.
And
nobody can outdamage him at this moment.
And I don't think they can even defend this inhibitor.
Yeah, it looks like they will. Yeah, they will get that inhibitor. The mid inhibitor does go down for Najin, but AZUBU's top inhibitor is getting pushed by super minions. They do need to get back fast and defend that. But Baron, I believe, has spawned, so look for Najin to go for that Baron. I feel like AZUBU should be warding that because that Baron is up and Najin will be going for that.
And they're actually going for it right now. So
they're just
is this a lost opportunity then here for AZUBU? Should they have done something like this?
AZUBU, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they could have gotten Baron.
Because Najin would just chase him over there.
Najin would just come and take him out.
Okay.
I think it was just one of those no choice moves.
Right.
They had to defend that bottom inhibitor. They had to heal. They had to buy items. So now, just look for AZUBU just trying to defend this top. I mean, it's so low now that Najin might just be able to poke it down, really.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to see here. Just get rid of that inhibitor.
Exactly.
And it's gone.
Yeah, look for them to possibly back out, push bot or mid. Oh, actually, bot base tower has actually gone down, so that's actually an open inhibitor in bot lane. So actually look for Najin to push that because there is no tower protecting it. So it looks like they might be pushing bot lane in.
I think that's what they're going to do. They may want to clear out the minions in mid or something and then start pushing bot.
Yeah, Bryce is pushing down mid. Looks like the rest of Najin is pushing bot. But actually, AZUBU took out the mid inhibitor for Najin on Najin's side. So the Najin mid lane or AZUBU's mid lane will be pushing towards their enemy, and that mid lane will be free somewhat. It does give them some map control. It's usually an inhibitor for a Baron. Trading a Baron for an inhibitor is usually a pretty even trade. It's not a bad trade in the sense that, even though the enemy team did get Baron, you broke their Nexus, so it'll be very hard for them to push that particular lane.
Sure.
And it does free up, so it's kind of like a balance of control. So it's right now it's harder for Najin to push. And AZUBU can just turtle their way through Najin's Baron buff.
Looks like Najin's going to regroup down here at the bottom. You can see that it's a big part here for AZUBU to not let this middle lane get out of control, because if they lose that turret there, it's just so difficult to manage the lanes.
Yeah.
You could be, in a skirmish somewhere, and the minions just end up pushing back there, and
so it looks like Najin's trying to push in this bot lane. They're trying to get that open inhibitor. AZUBU still has some time before their top lane pushes in. They have to be careful with that. I mean, we have so many Guardian Angels out right now. We have 3 for AZUBU, and we have the engage. No, yeah, we have the Rumble to go down. Yeah, Nocturne diving onto Kog'Maw, but he will take out Nocturne. Kog'Maw is going crazy right now. His Guardian Angel just proc, same with Ezreal. 3 of AZUBU
are Guardian Angel right now. And it looks like that. It looks like
Rise.
They did push it back. The inhibitor's exposed.
Yeah, Rise is just too tanky. Ezreal, too much damage.
And the inhibitor goes down.
That Baron buff is just too strong.
At this point in time, they're just going to get this turret. This, I think, is the end here.
Yeah,
the
looks like
Nexus is going down.
And
that is the end of this story. GG.
Najin with a solid victory, I would say.
Really nicely done right there at the end. That was insane.
Yeah,
that Guardian Angels that we saw.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we saw at least, 6 or 7 in that game.
Well, they played very well. I have now lost my League of Legends casting virginity.
Congratulations.
I hope. Thank you so much for being here for this.
No problem.
And wow, I gotta say they played really well. I don't feel like there was ever a real moment that looked like a comeback was going to happen. That seemed to be a pretty gradual push towards victory.
Well, actually, AZUBU had some really good mid-game team. Actually, I think maybe 1 or 2 mid-game team fights where they caught Najin out of position. They were behind during that point, but they actually caught some of Najin's players out of position and capitalized on those kills. So, AZUBU did have a chance to win, but they just failed when it got to more of a mid-late game, like towards the late game, where that mouth fight plus Nocturne initiation was just too much for AZUBU to handle. Just too much burst. They were too tanky. That Rise was fed. That Ezreal had a lot of damage and a lot of kills. He had a lot of items.
And I think the real moment we saw, Najin really start to dominate too was when they started getting the Baron kills.
Yeah,
they got 3 or 4 Baron kills in that game.
Are you talking about Dragon or Baron?
Baron. When they started to push bottom lane.
They got 3 Barons.
Well, I think AZUBU only got like 2 Dragon kills or something back there.
Yeah, AZUBU only got maybe only 1 Dragon kill.
Yeah,
whereas Najin got maybe at least 3 or 4 dragons.
And there was never even really. There was one moment where we saw AZUBU actually push into the base of Najin.
Yeah.
Which really kind of shows you who had the map dominance. And then, of course, when that first inhibitor was taken out, it's so hard to manage those lanes. You want to rush forward, try to counterattack, but it just it didn't work. We're going to be going on to the next match here in just a little bit.
All right, so our next match is, I believe...
that is going to be CJ Entis versus Zenix Storm.
Yeah, versus Zenix Storm.
And I believe we're going to be taking a quick little break. When we get back, we're going to have some more League of Legends action. Stay tuned.